Hi, welcome to another edition of the Alan Rosenberg Show. I have not done a movie review in a while, and I still go to the movies with my wife. Every week we go to the theaters, but I really haven't seen anything that was worth reviewing. But I guess the beginning of the year, January, February, Infinity Pool came out, played in a local theater, played in like one theater or anywhere near I live. It played for like 1 week. I didn't get to see it in the theaters because they pulled it, unfortunately. Infinity Pool is the latest movie by Brandon Cronenberg. Of course, he's the son of David Cronenberg. I've always been a huge fan of. I remember David Cronenberg from seeing Rabid with Marilyn Chambers. I was like, anybody who's going to put Marilyn Chambers in a regular movie, it's all right with me. They came from within, of course, Scanners, and then he went on to a really big career. Ups and downs, but a legendary film director. So he's got some big shoes to fill, Brandon Cronenberg. This is his third movie. He did Antiviral. He did Possessor, which I thought was pretty good. I liked that one. And then I saw this one. Again, we wanted to see it in the theaters, but it didn't play. We wound up seeing it. We downloaded it, paid it. I think it was on Vudu or Hulu. Anyway, my wife, me, my daughter, and my son, we all watched it together. And here's the thing. We don't always agree on movies. This one we all loved. We just thought it was a really cool, different kind of movie. As you can see, here's the poster and a little promo there of it as well. Stars Mia Goth, who is the it girl for me right now. I mean, I just think she's an excellent actress, really intense, loves to go to the edge. Pearl, I thought she was great in X, and she's just awesome in Infinity Pool. You got Alexander Skarsgard, who's really good, plays like a very, starts off genteel and kind of quiet, and then he works his way up to a much bigger performance, which is exactly what was called for. The problem with this movie, I do not want to give any spoilers away. We went into this movie completely cold. We didn't even know what it was about. And that's the way you should see it. So I recommend don't research it. I don't want to give too much away. All I would say is that it's not giving anything away. He's a struggling writer, doesn't make any money. He's supported by his wife. And they go on a vacation, and they go to this really beautiful resort. The wife supports him, which pisses off her father. And they go on this awesome vacation, like an all-inclusive type thing, catering to the rich and the wealthy. And at one point, they meet Mia Goth, who claims to be a big fan of the one book that this guy's written that nobody's bought. And, of course, you just can't trust everybody. They wind up going out with Mia Goth and her husband, and the adventure starts from there. And that's all I'm going to tell you. All I can say, it's got lots of twists and turns. It's more sci-fi than horror, but there's definitely horror elements in here. This movie's got graphic violence. It's got semi-graphic sex. A great, great concept. And that's the thing. It is so rare to find original concepts in horror and sci-fi. This is original. Like it or not, this is different than any other movie I've ever seen. It's got influences. I saw influences of Clockwork Orange, Stepford Wives, you can say, a little bit of Natural Born Killers at one point, influenced by Jacob's Ladder for sure, Westworld, but he takes all of these elements, Brandon Cronenberg, and not only did he direct it, but he wrote it, and he puts it all together in a completely new and original framework. It's a really cool story. It's really trippy. It's graphic. It's got it all. And I also think at the end of it, why it affected us, and you've seen this in other movies, and even movies you don't really think about sometimes. Let's talk about Hostel, right? I think an amazing horror movie, right? But Hostel's so effective, not just because of the graphic gore and what they're doing, the deeper meaning behind Hostel, that the rich, the really rich who control the world and the powerful all around the world, they pretty much can do whatever they want without major repercussions. And that's what Hostel was, right? They're actually taking their wealth and going to this foreign country where they can use their wealth and power to kill people who are lower on the totem pole without any kind of consequence. And in a sense, this movie is about that as well. In the sense that it's about wealthy people who, for shits and giggles, where can they go? How far can they go without consequences? And that's what is so effective in my mind about this movie. You know, how the wealthy can go on a vacation for a specific purpose of doing what they do in this movie, and then go back home, live their lives, to come back a year later to do it all over again without any repercussion. And that's a pretty powerful message in my mind, and that's what really sunk it into me in this original story framework. That's all I want to tell you. Go check it out. It's definitely worth your time. Keep an open mind. It's not perfect. The funny thing is, me and my wife thought the ending could have went a whole different way, and I think it would have been a better ending. But the ending that they do is fine as well. I think my ending would have been better. But other than that, if you want to watch an intense, really intense sci-fi horror movie that questions people's humanity, and that even though you have all the wealth in the world, you could still lose your soul, but yet they don't even care, that's pretty horrific. So there's my review of Infinity Pool. If you saw it, I'd love to know what you think. I can see people really not liking this movie or really loving it, but it's different and it's special, and Brandon Cronenberg is the real deal. I look forward to his next picture. So thanks for watching. If you're new to my channel, I do some movie reviews, more rock and roll, but please hit subscribe, please hit like. Check out my other videos, including the movie reviews, and I'll see you next time on The Alan Rosenberg Show.